Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Let's see. This is gonna be a little bit of different kind of video. Usually I do hauls, whatnot. I'm gonna start doing hunts again. But as you guys have seen in the last few videos, I've gotten a lot of hot toys. So it's very unlikely that I'm gonna be doing any more hauls for a while, going on any hunts. Because I'm broke. So, but I still want to do videos for you guys. But I didn't know what to do. So instead of waiting for new things to come in, I figured I would talk about some of the figures that I have already, and I could talk about some of my favorite figures that I have from all the different lines that I collect. Because I collect a lot of lines. I collect Marvel Legends, DC figures, SH Figure Arts from like Star Wars, Dragon Ball Z. I collect Black Series. I collect NECA, Monster Arts, Revoltech. So I collect a bunch of different stuff. Hot Toys now apparently. So I was just taking a look around at all the things that I collect. So I figured I would make this like a little short series, and for each video I would talk about all the different things that I collect. I would pick one particular line, and then I would talk about my figure from that line. Maybe have my all-time favorite figure, and then like a runner-up. And these are just going to be like my personal favorites, so it's not by any means what I think is the best figure from that particular line. It's probably going to be like a figure that is of a personal favorite character of mine, or maybe there's a reason why I dig this character or this particular figure so much, because it took me a while to acquire, or the story behind it, or it maybe is one of those figures that got me hooked onto that line. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing for the next few videos. I am going to start today's episode, or today's video, talking about one of the lines that I've started collecting one of the later lines that I started collecting like maybe 2-3 years now, and that is Mezco's 112 Collective line. That's a figure that I kind of accidentally stumbled upon. Like, I was at San Diego Comic-Con a few years ago, and the 112 Collective line was just starting at that point, and I saw pictures of it online where it was for the Armored Batman, and it was their San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. They had it on their website, and it was available for pre-order, and you could just either pick it up in their booth, just walk up to go grab it, or have it shipped to you after the con. And I was very iffy about it because it was the Armored Batman from BVS, but it was all, I think, either all or majority die-cast. So I was very iffy on the figure itself. It just looked overly bulky to me. Like, it I like, when I first saw the promo pictures, I thought it swung way too far in the Frank Miller bulky Armored Batman look, which I'm not too much of a fan of. And then I got into that into the convention center, and I accidentally kind of walked by that booth. It was, and this is like right when 112 Collective was just starting. So I walked up to the booth, pretty much empty, and I just looked at the figure that they had, and it was this really beautiful figure, and I still have it here. And seeing it, I was like, oh, this is awesome. And I saw all the future 112 Collective figures that they had incoming, so I was like, wow, this is a really cool line. It's 6-inch scale, and it was being touted as like mini Hot Toys, and I was like, fuck it, I'll try this. If anything, it's an exclusive. I'll give it a shot. So I picked it up, and I immediately fell in love with the figure. It had like light up LED lights for eyes, and it had just like this really cool thick to it. It had nice weathering for its cape, nice cool kryptonite spear. Overall, a really cool figure. So that particular figure is my runner-up for favorite 112 Collective figure by Mezco, just because that is the figure that got me into collecting this particular line. Really cool figure. It's not my favorite version of this armor, of this particular costume for Batman. I have quite a few different versions of it. Oh, excuse me. I have the Battle Damaged Hot Toys version. I have the Mezco version. I have the Mafex version. I have the DC Films version. So I have a lot of versions, and this Mezco isn't particularly my favorite, but because of sentimental value, it's up there for me. It's higher up, but it's not my all-time favorite Mezco 112 collective figure. That figure for me would be the Nightmare Batman, also from BVS by Mezco for the 112 collective line. I love this figure so much because it's pretty much such a one. It's a cool design, and it's a figure that we never thought we were gonna get. Like, I love the look of this figure. So when they showed this a few years after that initial love at first sight at Comic-Con for me, I saw this and they were kind of previewing it for an incoming release, and I was like, holy shit, I really want that, and it was going to be a Mezco exclusive, and it went quiet on that front for a really long time, and then all of a sudden it got canceled. And this is one of those things where I was very active on trying to figure out what happened. I was bugging Mezco's Twitter feed, every Twitter or every online petition that I could see or that came across, I came across, talking about like, let Mezco or make Mezco do this Batman Nightmare figure. I signed because I'm one of those people. So eventually they came up with a release date for it. It was brought back, and it was a nightmare to get. It was a Mezco exclusive, and a lot of people missed out on it, but I was one of the lucky ones who was able to get it just for retail, just at the retail price. So I was very happy about that, and I just love this figure so much because it really captured the look of that particular scene for Batman. It has nice detail, like it has on his rifle. It has some good detail with the Joker card on it. It has some good weathering effects. The goggles, the alternate head, just the yelling head was just super expressive, you know, for a Mezco, and they did a really good job capturing the likeness for Batfleck. Not necessarily for his unmasked head, but just his masked cowl head. I thought Mezco did a really good job. So it's kind of insane how many versions of Batfleck I have in different figures and different scales, because I just love the look of Batfleck. But yeah, that I think is one of my favorite pieces, period, but it is my all-time favorite Mezco 112 collective action figure. Very glad that I have it, very glad that I was able to get it for retail, and even if I did not luck out, I probably would have probably paid aftermarket prices for it because it just looks so badass. And I have to have like that figure in one version. Like I had the Mafex version, wasn't a fan, didn't have like the size of it, just like the proportions seemed off. This one seems perfect. If I had the money, I would go after the Hot Toys version, so much so that I was even thinking of buying like a conversion kit where I could take my BVS Batman Hot Toy, just buy the leather jacket, the goggles, pants, and just kind of kit bash a Nightmare Batman Hot Toy. But I don't know how that will go. But yeah, that is my little story of how I got into 112 Collective, and those are two of my favorite 112 Collective figures, both Batman. You guys are probably going to get a sense of how much I love Batman throughout this series, but it's Nightmare Batman from BVS is my all-time favorite Mezco 112 Collective figure, and my runner-up is the Armored Batman, simply because it is what got me into the line. So there you go, guys. That's this video for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for taking the time to listen to me talk about my toy and which one I love very, very much. If there's a particular toy you wanted me to talk about that I might have, leave it in the comments below. Let me know if you guys like this format or this video idea. So I did Mezco today. The next video I will probably be doing is going to be NECA. I'll do NECA next. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Until the next time you guys click on one of my videos, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys later.